Was WWE 2K15 5.0, was WWE 2K19 finally a good wrestling game? Well, it must be. Look at the roster. Okay, who's my opponent? Who's my opponent? Prima! The roster is untouchable. And this is the question that we're gonna try to answer today. Was WWE 2K19 finally a good WWE game? It is the latest 2K's wrestling game, and to be completely honest, I felt like it was a make or break WWE video game. You see, fans got really tired of playing the same old video game since WWE 2K15. You can even say since WWE 12. So was WWE 2K19 the game that we needed? Well, what made WWE 2K19 special to me was the little things, something me and my girlfriend don't talk about. I'll try to explain that in today's episode of Wrestling Game Time, the little things, not my... Yeah. Today we're looking at WWE 2K19. The game was released on October 9, 2018. It was released on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. It was not released on Nintendo Switch, and imagine my disappointment! The graphics, the gameplay, I like the slow-mo stuff. You know, these games are way too fast. Switch version was made for me, and I'm very disappointed that WWE 2K19 was not on Nintendo Switch. Imagine people who bought Nintendo Switch just to play WWE 2K18. It was the first WWE game in a long time that was really well received up to this day. Sometimes you get excited about things like career mode and WWE 2K18, only then to play it and realize that it's just a sweaty ball on a hot summer day. I'm walking, people, I'm free roaming, and this never gets old. I gotta talk to this guy to get to the car. WWE 2K19 said no to that. The first thing I wanna talk about is the graphics. It looked stunning, I'm not gonna lie, it looked pretty good. The only difference between WWE 2K18 and 2K19 was the fact that WWE 2K19 had way less contrast, and in my opinion it looks good, but then again it's a bit of a problem because people, it looks great, but look at the crowd. Where's the color? Where is the color? Look at WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2011 and now look at WWE 2K19. 8 years apart. How? And that's the problem with this video game. The ring looks better, people look kinda better, the crowd looks bad, and look at the championships. I do understand that it's because of the lighting, but it should not be this black. Like, let's be honest, it should not be this black. So I feel like the biggest improvement in WWE 2K20 when it comes to graphics should be the crowd. The gameplay was not that different from WWE 2K18, but just like I've said, the little things made it special, and I'm gonna explain it right now. For example, the speed. So basically, if you play WWE 2K14 and then play WWE 2K15, you feel a big difference because WWE 2K14 was still fun, while WWE 2K15 was the same sweaty ball. WWE 2K14 was way faster, and that's what they did with WWE 2K19. Compared to WWE 2K18, it's way faster, reversals are faster, strikes are faster, moves are faster, and it feels more realistic, even though you might think that it wouldn't, but it is more realistic. Not every match in the WWE is a Hulk Hogan versus the Ultimate Warrior match. So I do appreciate the fact that WWE 2K19's gameplay was very fast, and I feel like it's kind of perfect at this point. Another thing that they improved is the audio. For example, when a wrestler takes a bump, it's way more realistic, it feels way more TV-like, and I gotta be honest, that's possibly in my top 3 biggest features of this game. The way the ring sounds. I know it's ridiculous, but it sounds beautiful. I like that. I keep saying that all the time, but it's so important, not only in a video game, but in wrestling in general. So because the gameplay is more fast and the audio is better, it feels almost different, completely different. And then we got the new match types. For example, we got an all-women's Royal Rumble, yes, just now, yeah, I know. We got 5 men matches, we got a 6-man tag, triple threat matches, and so much more. But then again, we still don't have matches like mixed tag team match, like seriously, why? Matches like special guest referee, just ridiculous. We got an improved steel cage match, completely changed. You almost want to play it right now. Someone can interfere, you climb differently, Everything is different about this match and it makes it more fun. However, Hell in a Cell match got ruined because back in the day you can have weapons in the match, now you cannot. And it's very limited because they wanted to make the cage look like in real life, but that completely ruined it because now you cannot really wrestle outside with freedom, and like I've said, you cannot get any weapons in the match. And if you take a look at Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton at Hell in a Cell, it completely ruins everything. Just bring back the old Hell in a Cell, please. We got a payback ability where basically every wrestler has 3 abilities. For example, The Undertaker can do his transformation crap, you can do the Shawn Michaels thing, get an extra finisher, get an extra reversal, steal a finisher, basically things like these. And by the way, if you play WWE 2K19 with reversals and stamina on, RIP my man, just don't, please. Listen to me, turn off the reversals, the matches are going to be so much more fun. Another small feature that completely changed the game is actually the fact that you can now change who you control in the middle of the match. So sometimes you want to have a great match. You play as Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre on Monday Night Raw, probably because you're a generic fan. And in the middle of the match, you may feel like the match is boring because you always have the upper hand, but you don't really want to give up because that's kind of boring. So you go to the options and change to Drew McIntyre. Now you are controlling Drew McIntyre, and once you realize that you gotta make Roman look really strong, you switch back to Roman Reigns and win the match. Oh, come on, you don't agree with me? Make Papa proud! Make Papa proud! And then we got the big head mode, which is, yeah, it's wrestlers with big heads, and you wrestle with huge heads. A bunch of big heads in a match. It's the same thing, but big heads. Okay, let's move on. The creation suite is pretty decent as well. Not a lot of changes because, let's be honest, it's almost perfect in WWE 2K18. The biggest changes are the fact that now when you create a superstar, you can randomize it and you get a bunch of weirdos. You can also mirror attire. For example, you have one elbow pad and you've chosen it to be red with a bunch of logos. Now you can copy that to the another one. So that makes things so much easier, and this is something that should have been in a WWE video game a long time ago. You can also have Minecraft bodies, blog bodies. Yes, you can have that. So that's what I also appreciate about this game. The big heads mode, this mode, I don't care. I'm not gonna play it. But I do appreciate the fact that this video game was finally a mix of simulation and some fun. So hopefully this is something that we are going to see in the future. We also got custom side plates. Yes, not only now superstars come out with their own side plates, but now you can create your own as well. Once you create them, you can have whatever you want right here. You can put them on any superstar or created superstar. The only negative is the championships look less realistic, and I'm not a big fan of that. Like, for example, in WWE 2K18, titles looked beautiful. Once you have the custom side plates, the graphics are a bit decreased, and I'm not a big fan of that. You can also create briefcases. Yes, for the first time ever, you have entrances with a briefcase. You can have matches for a briefcase, and you can even create your own briefcase. So if Roman Reigns ends up winning a briefcase, you can put a big dog right here. Ooh. Let's talk about WWE Universe Mode, a mode that should probably be changed completely. It's still here, people, and we didn't get a lot of changes. Of course, we got more customization options, which is something that I don't really understand because it doesn't really need those. We need a completely different objective. Turn it into a GM mode. That's what we need. We all know that. It needs to have a purpose. Universe Mode is not something we need anymore, let's be honest. Get rid of it and give us GM mode. Although I gotta say, I do appreciate Universe Mode, but it gets old very quickly. So the biggest changes are now the fact that you can have more championships on a show. You can even have a briefcase. You can have managers basically set up for a superstar, so every time he's facing someone on Money Night Raw or SmackDown, he has his manager by his side. Money in the Bank is the biggest new feature of this mode because now someone randomly can cash in, you can have matches for the briefcase, basically someone even can tease you. So basically when it comes to Money in the Bank, they completely nailed it. And like I've said, lots of customization. That's the biggest thing of this Universe Mode this year. One of the best things in my opinion is, again, a little thing, the fact that now you can skip matches, but you can also choose who wins the match. Perfect. I don't want to play Nikki Bella versus Carmella, so now I can choose who wins the match. You know, great. We also got 2K Showcase Mode, a mode that was not in WWE 2K18. This time it focused on one superstar, and it was Daniel Bryan. Basically, it followed the biggest moments of Daniel Bryan's WWE career, and it was pretty good. You also got interviews where he basically talked about a match, told a story, and then you play the match. We got a bunch of versions of Daniel Bryan, like 2010 one, up to his 2019 attire. It was fun, you know, replaying moments like WrestleMania 30 when he won both WWE championships. I'm not a big fan of the mode, I'm not gonna lie, because it's stuff I've basically already seen, so what's the point of playing? I'm not a big fan of that. I want to create something new. But, you know, it was what it was, and it was a pretty cool feature of this video game. Then we got Towers Mode, where you have a bunch of challenges. I've never played it, I don't care. Not for me. Not for me. I feel like there's no point. Career Mode. So Career Mode was completely changed this year. Instead of creating a superstar and playing random matches all the time, having a bit more freedom, this time it was strictly like a road to WrestleMania, which is a good and a bad thing at the same time. So the good thing is, it was entertaining, it was fun, actual story, voice over, and it was great, but the problem is everyone had the same experience. You know, that was a bit of a problem. It was kinda short, you don't get a lot of branches, everyone ends up with the same experience. Unlike in SmackDown Here Comes the Pain, it doesn't have that replay value. But like I've said, if we're trying to stay positive, it followed a career of a guy who started in the indies, then he got an opportunity to be in a WWE, he ruined it, then he basically, well, made himself into a WWE superstar until he got a contract. He faced people like Bray Wyatt and mostly Triple H, so it's basically a generic WWE story done right. I liked it, I'm not gonna lie, but like I've said, it doesn't have that replay value. And since the guy who voiced over Buzz in WWE 2K19 is now working with the WWE 2K20, I'm pretty sure we are going to get either a continuation of the story or a completely new story, which is something different at least. But that's the biggest issue. People really wanted the voiceover, but now once we have voiceover, it's very limited. So was WWE 2K19 finally a good video game? I would say yes, but still kinda no. It was a step into a right direction. We got a mix of fun and simulation, and we need more of that in the future. The thing with WWE games right now is that the gameplay is pretty much perfect. Like seriously, the thing that they need to focus on are the game modes, because I do like the video game. I still play it once a week, once a couple of weeks. The problem is I don't have a point of playing. We need a mode like a general manager mode that would keep us playing. But WWE 2K19 is definitely a step into a right direction, and I feel like it's one of the better WWE games we got in a very long while. So thank you for watching this episode of Wrestling Game Time. It's been a while. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to click that like button, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. All the links are in description below. Also Amino, follow me right here where I'll post a lot of content in the future. So thank you for watching, and as always, your boy the Great One, peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.